Ghoul, noun, an evil demon originally of Muslim legend, supposed to feed on human beings and especially to rob graves, prey on corpses, etc. 2. A grave robber. 3. A person who revels in what is revolting. Ghoul. Hey, what's up? First thing I like to say is thanks for hitting the link and watching this video. It took time and effort to make this. Really do appreciate that. Also, if you don't mind, can you hit that like and subscribe? Hitting the like don't hurt none. You can hit it right before you see the video. Don't worry, you will be satisfied. Also, we trying to get some new things going on in this channel, and to do that, I need new equipment. And to do that, it would really help if you could give some kind of donation. If you can't, it's cool. It is what it is. We still appreciate your presence here. If you can, that would be very nice, and link is in the description. Anyway, right now, let's get to our regularly scheduled program. Hey yo, I appreciate it if you could hit that like button right about now. Hey, what's up? BBN, Jack Frost speaking. So, recently, DJ Akademiks been getting a lot of trash because of his War on Chiraq series. And I think this is a lot of hypocrisy playing. I think that this is just dudes that's kind of playing themselves. Let's go back and let's go over one thing at a time. Okay, first of all, a ghoul, at least our terms of what we would say somebody is a ghoul is, because not everybody believes in evil demons, and you know not everybody would use the word ghoul to reference an evil demon in normal communications. But something else a ghoul is someone who robs graves. Someone who robs graves basically makes money off of the dead. Is basically what a ghoul is. Like, I'm going to give you a good example. The people that made the Tupac movie. Those guys are ghouls. They're making money off of the dead. Okay? Now, with that being said, yes, DJ Akademiks with his with the way that he reported, I could see how people that he was reporting on at the time, that there were quite a few people who were unhappy with his method and his style. But from what I saw, his message was consistently that we need to stop this type of behavior. That was consistently his message. Consistently. What are these guys doing? They're self-snitching, which they were, and which they continue to do. I'm not just talking about people in Chiraq particularly. I'm just talking about people in general. It just seems that all over America, people are just self-snitching. Give you an example. That XXX extension dude, whatever his name is, he said somebody got stabbed at the concert. Well, he can't say anything about anybody getting stabbed unless he was there, because he said it right after it happened. So obviously he was there when it happened. So he could probably look for the police to be looking into that. He's an idiot. Then you got these dudes that go online talking about how they snatch people chains, or they know the guy who snatched the chain and now they're in possession of stolen property. They're all idiots. So people are consistently self-snitching on one another. I saw another video that somebody uploaded online where they was actually going out on the street looking for the ops, waiting to fire on them, saw the ops, and fired on them. So, exactly. This has nothing to do with what DJ Akademiks was doing. What DJ Akademiks was doing, in my opinion, was he was shedding a light on a lot of things that was going on in Chiraq that nobody knew about. I did not know personally, myself. I had no idea that Chiraq was as bad as it was. That Chicago was as bad. I'm calling y'all Chicago. How about that? Because obviously, being given the moniker Chiraq, and I'm not saying he gave y'all that moniker, but I'm saying giving y'all the moniker Chiraq has caused for there to be some kind of some anger and some issue. And not for nothing, he gave a whole bunch of dope ass nicknames on top of that. I don't think he should have necessarily had did that, but the Chiraq Grim Reaper, that name ain't dope as shit. The other guys, the Chiraq Wolverine, that name ain't dope as shit. But on the flip side of all of this, He's helping to promote. He's helping to promote y'all music. I've even seen where videos where he said, he had people contacting him that weren't even musicians, trying to get them to freaking upload their freaking foolery, their coonery. Okay? He had people that wasn't even musicians that wanted them to upload his coonery, their coonery. So take this into consideration. Who are the people that's really upset? You upset more at the guy that reported that your homeboy... Oh, let me go back a little bit further because obviously some of y'all might not have known by now. I thought that I released this late enough for everybody to know everything that's going on. Okay. Akademiks has a show on Complex, and him and Joe Budden are the hosts with another lady. I'm so sorry. I can't remember her name offhand. I've only seen the show like twice. So she's a cutie though. So Vic Mensa or Mensa Vic, I don't know what this guy's name is. He comes on the show. He's from Chiraq. He's from Chicago. He comes on the show. They're having a pretty decent interview. Then all of a sudden, he starts coming at Akademiks sideways. Okay, I'm going to give him a pass, kinda, because he also mentioned that he just came from his homeboy's funeral. He had a homeboy that had just recently passed. So his emotions could have just been crazy. So he kind of gets a pass on this, but not really. Because, I would have never knew about Rondo number 9. He got songs I like. I would have never knew about the Chiraq Grim Reaper, Little Reese. He got songs I like. The only guy I would have known about out of Chiraq would have been freaking Chief Keef. That's the only guy I knew. I knew no other guy but Chief Keef. And Chief Keef only has one song that I think is halfway decent. So I wouldn't even have looked into the rest of the guys. I am not a Chief Keef fan whatsoever. He has one song that I don't even think his verse is dope. It's just that the beat and the flow and the everything is dope on it, and other people jumped on it that I don't like, or whatever the hell the name of that is. And other people jumped on it, and that's why I got the buzz off of that. But, that's not the type of music I listen to generally. And Chief Keef is not somebody that I particularly like listening to at all. So I wouldn't even have looked into these other guys. I'm letting you know right now, that he helped promote their movement. Whatever kind of hell movement they had. He latched onto it and he helped promote their movement. So now for any of them to start talking to him like he's crazy, he just put y'all in a position and shine the light on y'all whole entire city. Now that y'all where y'all need to be, mostly a good number of y'all got enough pub yourselves or enough spotlight or shine yourselves that y'all don't need anybody pushing y'all. Now all of a sudden people want to talk crazy to Akademiks. Now, do I like the way that he presented some of the stuff? I thought it could have been a little bit more tasteful. Don't get me wrong. I thought it could have been a little bit more tasteful. But at the same time, I know he's not a street dude. So I know, or I have a feeling that even on those moments that it wasn't very tasteful, it wasn't done on purpose. It was done more due to the fact that he's not a street dude. That's it. He's not a street dude. Like sometimes somebody got to say something to you and you just got to look at them like, all right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, all right, whatever, nigga. He's not a street dude. He don't know. Right? You look how Buttons is constantly, making him look bad on TV, which I think is a bad move for Buttons. Buttons needs to stop making him look bad because Buttons doesn't understand that they need to hitch their freaking chariot together or their carts together. They need to hook them carts together so they could push with one another. The way that it's working now, it's like none of them are going to survive because Buttons is just going too hard against him instead of having his back. Buttons need to have his back. Once Buttons start having his back and start, it's nothing wrong with... I understand what the concept of the show is. They're trying to basically have first take, but with music. I get it. First take, but with the entertainment world instead of sports. I get it. But nobody comes on that first take show and outright disrespects one of the hosts without the other host having his back. That's the difference. People don't come on the show and just outright disrespect one of the hosts and the other hosts don't have his back. And that's basically the problem that this show has, and why it's just, I don't see it lasting long. I hope it does. I mean, I don't particularly look at it, but I know people that are entertained by it, and they all have the same beef, generally speaking. 90% of the people that I know that watch the show, which isn't really that many people, I don't want to make it sound like I know a million people that watch the damn show. Maybe I know 11 that watch the show, and at least 90% of them say that they're turned off from the fact that there's no chemistry. And how could there be chemistry if there's no there's no build up, there's no connection? It's just one guy constantly bashing the other guy every opportunity he gets. Every opportunity Joe Budden gets, he bashes on Akademiks. Somebody else comes on the show, bashes on Akademiks. Joe Buttons do not have his back. Not realizing that Buttons, you need to have his back. Right now, y'all stars are hitched to one another. All right? In reality, he's worth more than you. I'm just stating facts. He can leave. He got 1 million followers on his channel. He could leave. I guarantee you, is Akademiks leave that show, just flat out leave that show, go back to his show, don't do that no more, there's going to be no show for Buttons. Buttons don't have a show. And on top of that, and I'm not questioning Buttons' street cred or nothing like that, but, you know, I've seen people press you and you fold. And I'm not saying that to be like disrespectful to you, because not for nothing, the times that I did see somebody press you, they had the numbers. And sometimes when other people got the numbers, you got to let them have it. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you got to have your man back. You know, you don't have Akademiks back. And that's why people come up on that show and they're not disrespecting the show. They're not disrespecting Akademiks as much as they disrespecting y'all whole platform. But you don't see it like that because of the way your mentality works. You think you're trying to use this as a springboard. But homeboy, if that springboard got spikes on it, you ain't going nowhere. So you better get in line, figure out a way to have your man back so both of y'all could get the next best job as soon as that shit come a-calling. Right now, at the way it looks, y'all, this is not a springboard platform for y'all. Right now, it looks like y'all gonna go backwards. Y'all gotta build some buzz. Seriously. Y'all got to build some buzz. You go to the morning show, any one of the morning shows, they got each other back. And I'm not just talking about morning show as far as radio goes. I'm talking about morning shows on Fox News, whatever the hell you want to talk about. They got each other's back. Buttons don't have his back. The only loser in that whole entire situation to me was Buttons, because this dude, he's not a street dude. If somebody come on the show and talk about they gonna punch him in the face, he got to accept that. Like, keep it a buck. Like, I mean, I don't know this Vic Mensa guy. He don't look very tough to me. He look like a, you know, I don't know him. He might be tough. You know what I'm saying? And I don't consider a nigga tough just because he could bust a gun. Like, anybody could bust a gun, my nigga, but when you get locked up and you in there with no weapons, or you in there and the only thing y'all niggas got is razors and whatever, and you got to get up close and personal, you know, that's totally different. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know, like, that's just totally different. You understand what I'm saying? You got niggas in there, like, could you even get a gun in there? You understand what I'm gun? I'm talking about razor. Can you even get one? You even get a knife in there? Can you even get one? You understand what I'm saying? So these dudes, they talk crazy. You know what I'm saying? He talk crazy. Like, on top of that, they're in the top of the show, before the title cards came up, I described what a ghoul was. And the reason being is because all of these dudes is ghouls. Akademiks, the guys making the music about their dead homies, the guys making the videos about their dead homies, the guys making the videos about how they're gonna kill somebody else homies, which they are actively trying to do. Y'all all ghouls. Y'all all in the same boat. You can't get upset at Akademiks for doing the same thing that you're doing. He's just not risking his ability to be a free man. Akademiks, you got a lot of power over there, man. As far as your platform is concerned, you got 1 million followers. Hey, yo, I appreciate it if you could hit that like button right about now. Yeah, we back. Um, Not for nothing. Um, Seriously speaking, this dude needs to have another co-host because if Joe Budden's look, let's just say what it is, man. Akademiks is the draw, all right. Everybody, Joe Budden's got a fan base. Don't get me wrong, but Akademiks is a draw. Akademiks is a dude with over 1 million followers on YouTube. He's the draw, all right. Let's just keep that a buck. It's not get that confused. He has over 1 million followers on YouTube. Joe Budden's drop an album right now. He probably won't even sell 10,000 copies. Not trying to disrespect him. I think Joe Budden's got flow and skill. Not trying to disrespect him. I'm just stating facts right now. Joe Budden's drop an album right now. He probably won't even get 10 million fucking sold. I mean, pardon me, 10,000 sold. He probably sell out like 7,000 copies. All right, let's just keep it a buck. But DJ Akademiks, he's the draw. He's the guy that's putting the asses in the seats. And if Joe Budden's isn't gonna have his back, his show is just gonna go down the drain. I don't even understand. Joe Budden's is a smart guy, so I don't even understand why he don't see this. Like, I think that this is something Joe Budden should be able to see. That if he doesn't, that they sinking and swimming together at this point. Because not for nothing, DJ Akademiks he could just say, yo, fuck these dudes. Go to freaking whatever the cable outlet, the cable is in the area that he live in. Say that he want to rent out some of the space, a couple of the cameras or however that go. And shoot his own show. Shit, he probably could afford to buy a he could afford to buy a $40,000 camera. Seriously. Akademiks could go afford to buy a $40,000 camera. And that's an investment. Because he gonna make so much more money off of that. He could go buy a $40,000 freaking camera, a real jump off. And then on top of that, shoot his own show. He doesn't need complex. I'm telling you right now, if Akademiks shot his own show, got rid of Joe Budden's, and went and got somebody who's more I don't have no problem with homegirl, but it just seems to me like she's not used to being a host, and she doesn't know how to deal with from the couple of times that I saw it, she doesn't know how to deal with two opposite personalities well. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep them going at each other, but at the same time, you got to keep them supporting and with each other. And at the same time, you have to keep the conversation moving along. You understand what I'm saying? I saw one time where they had to tell Joe Budden like 4 or 5 times, next subject. He ain't want to move off the subject. You understand what I'm saying? So that's also a production problem. You understand what I'm saying? DJ Akademiks is doing it right. Like, he's trying to go somewhere. DJ Akademiks 5-10 years from now, he wants to probably be hosting something on Fox 5. He wants to be the new what's that white boy that was doing well, let's say America Got Talent. Let's say that. Let's not even go into the other show. America's Top whatever. I don't know the name of none of these shows. I don't watch them. But you understand, you get the drift. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is where Akademiks is trying to go. And I'm at this point, I don't know if it's just Buttons hating because he see the potential, or if this is just the only way Buttons know how to do it, by hating. But unless Buttons decide to hitch his wagon, then I don't see the show being able to be much more successful than it currently is. It's all on Buttons. He got to hitch his wagon. He got to decide that all that bullshit, he going to stop, and he's going to start supporting his homeboy, and we're going to start getting this bread. Because there's no way in the world that dude was supposed to come on the show, talk crazy like that, and Buttons don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say stick your neck out there, but, come with facts. You already know what dude is coming on the show with. That's another thing. They just not prepared. You understand what I'm saying? They not prepared. Dude is already going to come on the show. Dude is going to talk crazy. You're not prepared. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have their stuff ready. So when dudes say what he say, you could come back at him with the, well, this and this and that and that and that and this. And then that's how you fuck them up. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be prepared. It's preparation. So they're not prepared. When these guys is coming on the show and they start going at Akademiks, they not prepared. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, they got to be prepared. They think they too smart. They not writing their stuff down. They not putting in the work before the freaking cameras start rolling. They need to start putting that work in before the cameras start rolling. And until that happens, they're not going to be able to progress. And they're going to consistently look like they're not ready. You understand? I'm gonna give a quick plug to a show that's dope as hell. The Six on ESPN. You think the Six on ESPN, anybody is gonna be able to come on that show and talk crazy about about Jamel Hill or about Michael Smith without the other one flaming them before they even get a chance to defend themselves? You could look at it and say, yeah, that's because they're friends. But no, it's not just because they're friends. It's because they understand that they're both in the situation that they're in because of the other. So if you take the other one down, you're taking me down with that motherfucker. That's the difference. Joe Buttons does not understand this. When dudes come on there and they trying to go at Akademiks, he's supposed to have Akademiks back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving Joe a pass on this. Nobody else mentions this. I've seen other people videos. I wasn't even going to do a video on this. I've seen other people videos. Everybody's giving Joe a pass. That's the only reason why I'm really making this video. One, because all of these dudes is ghouls, so they need to leave Akademiks alone because they're making money off their dead homeboys, but basically you can't saying other people can't. That's kind of hypocritical. And two, Joe was supposed to have this dude back, and he seems to not have this dude back. And three, Akademiks obviously don't understand how powerful he really is. Akademiks leave that show, there is no show. Joe Buttons leave that show, he's going to get replaced. Homegirl, who I can't even remember her name, leave that show, she's going to get replaced. Akademiks leave that show, there is no show. Anyway, I want to know what y'all think about this. Leave it down in the comments. Am I wrong? Like, seriously, am I wrong? Am I wrong by thinking that Joe Budden should have Akademiks back? And am I wrong? Am I wrong about whatever contrast and viewpoint that you have with mine? Please express it. Because if I'm wrong, I want to know that I'm wrong. Because I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm 100% right. But I can be wrong. So I would like to hear other people's opinions on this. So leave it down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. If you ain't hit that notification bell yet, hit that notification bell. And share. That's all I got for you. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.